Hey guys, Magic Mike here. If you're looking to shed those extra quarantine pounds and get stronger, or you're an athlete looking to get a slight edge on your competition, we have the gym for you. Introducing Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, conveniently located in Braintree, Mass. Slight Edge is offering individual, small group, and sports performance training in a private gym setting. The Steele and Nazz boys are going to be in there very soon doing a combine. That's going to be interesting. The Slight Edge trainers will be sure to get your heart rate up, increase strength, and help you reach your fitness goals with a customized program. You can find them on Instagram using the handle @SlightEdgeFit. Give them a follow, or visit their website slightedgefit.com and set up a free strategy session while you're there. Let it rip.
Our season 3 premiere, quick turnaround here. Welcome to Steele and Nazz. First, as a member of the Hedge Better team, shout out to everyone over there for that. Gonna be a hell of an episode. Start things off, we got none other than Pardon My Take producer, Barstool Sports employee Hank Lockwood. As we, covered his journey from Barstool Sports and, what he does at PMT today. He talked about stool streams, the Corp, you name it, we kind of talked about it. Afterwards, we'll get in some playoff talk as the Bruins, are set to face the Washington Capitals in Game 1 of, the first round of the NHL playoffs on Saturday night. We'll also, not really talk about the Celtics too much because they suck, but Jaylen Brown out for the year. First look at the NFL schedule today. We'll break down the Patriots season as it goes. Finally, we got some new segments to throw on you, including my take of the week, Steele Spotlight. Anton's got his back to neutral bets of the week, and the long-awaited return of the Magic
back.
Mike Minute.
It's fucking back. It's back, baby. Let it fucking back.
All right, with that, we're on to season 3. Let's let it rip. Hank Lockwood. Bang.
Nailed it.
So we're now joined by Pardon My Take producer, Barstool Sports employee, producer Hank Lockwood. How are we doing tonight?
Great. Fantastic. How we doing, boys?
Good. What you been up to? I mean, obviously with the podcast and everything like that, but as I'm being in New York City, I can only imagine it's kind of hectic with things going on right now. I mean, I know it's getting a little bit better, but
yeah, I mean, there's not a lot going on, especially around this time of year. It's like when I wish I was golfing. I wish I was, it's kind of a force to golf when you're in New York City. You got to take a train or a fucking boat somewhere.
Fuck.
I'm committed, but I'm not that committed. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely when the weather gets nice, I fiend golf a little bit more than usual.
any softball over there? I know you guys used to play some softball.
We played in one league. We did a couple of years ago, but I mean, COVID, I haven't even thought about it since COVID, just because I'm sure it's probably a force right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to get to the beginning of I don't know, just about your story of joining Barstool and the whole Milton Tough thing and getting into Milton. How was your first interaction with Dave, and what was more of the gist of I'm going to be an intern here, which ended up being what it is today?
Well, I think a good thing was that I didn't really get brought in as an intern. It's not kind of in the past, even before me and after me a little bit, it was more we're going to get summer interns. And this is kind of our intern class of this summer or whatever. I was more just brought in basically as a freelancer, but I was treated as an intern and worked for free. So I was an intern, but I got brought in specifically to help edit the first draft combine video with Todd McShay.
The legendary video.
They put out a video where we need help, blah, blah, blah. If you can help, email us. And I emailed, it was I can, shoot and edit and stuff. So I got an email back from Gaz, who was come to the office and we'll shoot this video. And I think I showed up, he walked me up to Dave's office and he was he's going to be helping us today. And Dave was just okay, cool. It was very he was just all right, sick. See ya.
Yeah. Welcome.
And
but yeah, so it wasn't anything crazy.
I don't know. I feel watching those past videos, just the whole grittiness that came out of the Milton side, taping you up, the whole Franny Lyon story and things like that. Do you have any good stories in terms of, I know I watched the doc on the Franny Lyon thing. Just maybe even tell me a little bit about that. How he ended up catching you being a commenter or something on shitting on everyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, it started earnestly. This dude, we had the blackout tour, so we'd go on the road on the weekends, party, do the blackout tour. We were doing I was helping. We did it all. We had to meet the truck, unload the truck, set up the lights. I was basically a roadie for the blackout tour when we would do it. I was setting up lights, hanging up shit, packing boxes, unloading boxes. So it was a full, it was basically a full-time job on the weekends and stuff. It was a tight crew. And there was a picture. I was dating a girl at the time, and there was a picture I would film during the show. And there was a picture that the DJ took with like 2 girls grinding on me, and I was like holding the camera, like I was like holding it out to like left field, like not even paying attention at all. It was like a funny picture, but we were driving back from like Philly or New York. It was a long drive, and I was getting dropped off to my girlfriend's house, like to meet up with her. And Dante was like busting my balls. I was like the youngest person by far. They're kind of like they were hazing me basically. They're like, oh, we're gonna post it. I spent the whole car ride being like, oh yeah, it's funny, but don't post it, please. Like it'll fuck me over, blah blah blah. We came to an agreement that they weren't going to post it. I got out of the car, literally got out of the car, and he tweeted it. Not only did he tweet it, he tweeted at Dave being like, oh, look at Hank, like working hard this weekend. I can't, you know what I mean? So like
Under the bus.
I was fucking pissed. And I knew from spending time with Dante, the DJ, like he got rattled about the comments, like the comment section would like chirp him for being an EDM guy who'd get rattled. So that's how it started, where I was like, all right, I'm going to make a commenter name to fuck with Dante. Like I'm gonna get him back. This is gonna be my revenge. I knew exactly what he didn't like to hear. Like he was old. He had to use Viagra to get it up. Like, no one likes
Inside man.
I was I was like chirping him in the comment section, and I would hear about it on the weekends. Like I'd hear him be like, dude, this guy's killing me, man. Like it's bullshit. Blah 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 blah.
That's unreal.
So it kind of started like in a and then like obviously like I at the time I lived in Scituate. I grew up in Scituate. Now didn't have a car, so I had to take like the commuter rail to JFK, then get on the fucking red line and the orange line, like take the trolley. So it was like 2 hours of my day just commuting, probably 3 hours. So I was obviously on the apps just like trolling. So it was one of those things where it kind of started. I had like a specific intention in mind where I was like gonna get back Dante, and then I just like would do some other kind of carried away with it, like in my other free time. So, and then obviously when I got caught, I was like, I'm getting fired. Like, this was the dumbest thing.
Fuck, I'm all done. This sucks.
It makes a lot of sense, though, when you put it that way. It makes a lot more sense.
That's a great way to get back.
I mean, obviously everything got deleted too, but like, I think if you look back on the comments themselves, like there was, obviously I said the word heeb, which I didn't realize was like a slur. But like most of the comments were like funny. Like it wasn't anything like I wasn't like roasting my coworkers except for Dante. But like that again, like was,
Do you miss the old comment section at all? The old, well, yeah, before it got restricted a bit.
Yeah, I mean, ever since, that's what's crazy. Like it was before Barstool Gold, there'd be 100 comments a blog, and then they put in Barstool Gold where you had to pay to comment, but they took it off. And even once they took it off, like it just kind of like took away any of the comment section. I don't know. It's kind of toxic, but there was obviously some funny shit. But it was definitely like, from the inside, like it was definitely more toxic than good. Probably like it's probably a good thing that like obviously sometimes you miss it, but like it's probably a good thing that it's not still the way it was.
Also, did anyone ever die at one of those Barstool foam parties? Because I went to one like legit. I thought I was gonna drown.
Those were reckless.
Like the foam was tough.
It was reckless. Yeah, the foam guy. Dave's told the story, but like the foam guy himself was an absolute character. Like
I bet
they would be like it was basically like a foam gun, and like there'd be people like up to their heads, and they'd be like cut it off, and he was just like drunk with power, like just keep foaming them.
Me and my ex, we were scared we were gonna like die. We were like heart palpitations and stuff.
Yeah, there was definitely lawsuits, but no one actually died. I think one guy might have. Actually, I'm not even gonna say it.
Yeah, let
Keep that under the wraps.
It was still one of the best nights of my life.
A great time.
I have a question. Kind of, going from Milton and Dave in the Boston office. How do you land into PMT with Big Cat in PFT? Were you kind of the best producer at the time, and they were like, yeah, we'll give them the best guy we have. This is our best podcast. Or how did you guys kind of align there?
Well, for a while, I was the only person that was like editing videos or shooting videos at Barstool. So, and Big Cat we would shoot and like edit a lot of videos together. So like we probably worked together close, like travel on the road together at the time. Like we would stay in the same hotel room, which like now, you know what I mean? Like you don't even think about it now where everyone, if you go on the road, you just get your own hotel room. But for the first like 4 years, like me and Big Cat, like to save money, whatever, we're like sharing a hotel room. So we spent a lot of time, got close, like worked hand in hand. He could trust me, like yada, yada, yada. So it was basically like a natural, like he would hit me up being like, oh, I want to go shoot this video. I need your help. I want to go do this. I need your help. And the part of my take thing was like kind of along the same lines where it was like, oh, I'm going to start a podcast with PFT. Like, and I need your help type thing. I didn't really realize like the scale of it at the time. But it was at the time it just was like a natural fit. Like I was Big Cat's guy. He was starting a podcast. Like I was obviously I was the guy.
Okay, so you were Big Cat's guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was obviously worked in Milton. I was Dave's guy, but Big Cat was also doing videos, and like I'd say half the time I was doing stuff in Milton, but the other half I was like traveling or like editing videos for Dan.
Oh, okay.
And on PMT, just when did it exactly like take off? Like, was it a right away type of thing, or was it like when you had a big guest on, or what do you think was the first thing you guys did that have it really take off in your opinion?
It was pretty much right away that it blew up, but we had there's actually a Scituate connection. Sam Malone, who's a kid from Scituate I grew up with, played at Kentucky.
I remember him on the bench. Yeah.
Bench. I forget what was it. They never lost a game he played in because he only played in garbage time. That was like his thing. He played with Kyle Wilcher, and so like he basically hooked us up with him, who at the time was playing for Gonzaga. He transferred from Kentucky, was playing for Gonzaga. They were in the tournament, or like, it was March. They were making a run. So Sam hooked us up with him, and then he told a story about Adam Morrison, who was coaching Gonzaga, having a apocalypse bunker. And that got picked up by like every news outlet, like ESPN, Yahoo Sports. Like it was the first one we had where it was like every single news outlet was talking about this like clip from Part of My Take. And so like that was the first like big exposure. But I think once we started, like we were at the top of the charts, and we just didn't. It was one of those things where we didn't realize, again, the magnitude. It was just like, oh yeah, we're doing well. We didn't know how well per se until like probably like we started in March. We didn't move to New York till like September, and it probably wasn't until like September, November where we're like, oh shit, this is really, really like really fucking big. Like holy shit.
Wow, I'll bring it back to the Milton days. I really want to hear the story of like when obviously the Tom Brady suspension. Believe.
Oh
it
yeah,
was
happy
40
anniversary.
Yeah, is it today? Yeah,
6 year, yeah.
6
6-year
years.
anniversary.
So I gotta ask, just take me through that whole day, and I know what your message was. To like, we're not going to settle for Tom Brady being suspended for this BS, but yeah, just run me through it.
I mean, from my point of view, the morning before I was like deathly hungover. Like I was at TK's night before. I just remember like. It was one of those days where I was like, all right, I'm feeling like absolute shit. Just get through the day and I can go home and sleep. Like I was like low on sleep. It was a long night. Like I was just like, I just gotta like, when you're just like going to work, like, all right, just like power through. Don't say much. Just fucking
get it done.
Yeah, smile and wave, go.
And like halfway through the day, they're like, oh, Tom Brady's got arrested. Like we're going to New York. And I was just like, oh my God, fuck.
You bastard.
But I was just like, I was so out of it. I wasn't even like thinking about it really. It was just like, all right, like now we're going to New York. Like it's like, just go to fucking New York and then you can sleep. Like blah, blah, blah. So I really wasn't thinking much about it. I wasn't thinking about it much at all. It was like funny. We were laughing about it. We did the protest. And then like, once we got arrested, like put in the car, and we're like, oh, what happens here? Like, you're probably gonna have to stay overnight. Cause it was like we got arrested at the worst time possible. Cause like the bookings close at like 4:00, 4:30.
Oh shit.
So if you get arrested earlier in the day, they can like book you and get you out in the same day. We got arrested at like 2:30, where it was like just enough time where they weren't going to have enough time to book us that day. So like, yeah, you just have to wait. You're going to be staying overnight. And that's when it was like, oh fuck. Like, we're spending the night in jail.
What was Dave like saying in the jail cell that night? Like, was he just like so amped up, like we did it, or like was he just like
jail is not cool?
Made a mistake here.
Uh-huh.
No, jail was laughs. Jail was like funny as fuck. But it was like whatever. We got arrested at 2:30, 3:30. It was adrenaline. We were like in the holding cell with a monk who was a fake monk, that like a panhandling monk. We were with another guy who was like sleeping in the holding cell, like a crackhead, like crazy guy. Like it was, and we were cracking jokes. Like the cops were coming in there all stoolies, like fucking taking pictures of us like we were zoo animals.
Those were legit like the two funniest rundowns.
Oh my God, unbelievable.
The before in the hotel room when Prez is like talking about what you guys are about to do, and then the after you guys got out of prison, the story with you in the toilet, your feet on the toilet barefoot. They were the best rundowns. It
was all laughs for like the first like 3 or 4 hours, but it was just like 2:30 to like whatever 7 o'clock. But then it was just like, all right, we're fucking from like, I don't even know, 10 o'clock until like 6 a.m. was just like so brutal. Cause it was just like, you run out of, it becomes, you know what I mean? Like,
The fun's
you run out
over.
of jokes, you run out of things to talk about. Like, it was just
I'm
like, all
stuck
right,
in this
like,
fucking holding cell.
Yeah, like
Get
we're
me out of this
tired
thing.
now. Like, all right, we're stuck on the fucking ground floor. As far as the shitting thing goes, this is one thing. Like, you guys tell me. It's 3. It was. We had so much time. I had to poop at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I knew we were going to be in the jail cell till 6 a.m. the next morning. Like, there was no. There was no option to hold it. There was
You gotta let it rip. You
yeah,
gotta let it
there
rip.
was no. It wasn't like if it was like, you know, a few hours or whatever, it's like, all right, yeah, I can hold it. But it was like, I have to poop now. I can't wait 16 hours.
Oh, I mean, I'd even go further. Even if it was a few hours, I'd take a shit. I mean, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Right.
I find nothing wrong
Dark,
with
but
that.
it has to happen. Yeah.
That's a good crew to get arrested with, though. Like, I mean, as far as like that crew in the jail cell, I know it sucked and you ran out of jokes, but I'd like to go get locked down with those brothers.
The protest was fucking hilarious.
I do have a
that part
question
was
here.
funny too.
Like, do you spend every day with these people who are just like, you know, made to,
as far as like that crew and
like, you're just around these funny people day in and day out. Do you get like, is it hard to make you laugh? I guess. Like, is it like, do you like PFT? Is he not witty 24/7? Because that's how I view him. But obviously he can't be. Like, he has to have a bad joke here and there. Like, just like, you know how he kind of goes off on his little tangents there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he had obviously like no, you know, he doesn't hit 100%, but he really is like.
Oh, really? That close?
He just naturally like his brain just operates on like a different.
It's crazy.
Truly on a different level. Like that's why he's one of those. He's more. You know, people say like he's the same way off camera as he's on, but he really is like his brain is just like firing. Like he just it's
awesome.
almost funnier. It's almost funnier when he says stuff off because he just says it like kind of like in passing, and it's like a next level joke that like is just so like layered or like the you know what I mean like the references and shit from like out of nowhere. Like it's almost funnier when it's off camera because it's just like matter of fact.
Yeah, that just walks away.
And who is like the biggest, I guess, Barstool personality on camera and how different they are off camera, whether it's good or bad? Like maybe they're funnier off camera, and then when they go on camera, it's just they take their duds.
They're in the zone. Yeah.
Tommy Smokes.
I don't. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. Like I would say, like the person that's the most different. Like he's still funny off camera, but he turns it up is Donnie. Like Donnie.
Really?
Oh,
But his whole thing is kind of like, you know, the Boston guy like that lives in China. So it's like he has the sunglasses too. Like he's just much more normal. He's way more normal off camera. You know what I mean? Like he's just a normal guy. But when he does like one of his videos or whatever, he's like turns it up and
Yeah,
like,
you gotta hype him.
he's kind of crazy. Yeah, but like
It's incredible.
yeah.
one of my questions is, I mean, you got in a fight in Rough and Rowdy. You wrote a blog about this guy right next to me. I just want to know, like, did you ever envision yourself going in a boxing match, and just how was that like?
That was great. It was the best shape of my life. I still haven't worked out since. It's been like 3
Same.
years. Took a couple months off. Well, your fight. I mean, that was a terrible fight.
Yeah, please.
God awful.
The
God
world.
awful.
The world. I deserve to get
disgrace.
roasted by the man who
Disgrace.
helped me get in.
Yeah, you guys
Please.
didn't even want to fight. You guys didn't even want to hit each other.
I'll give you this background. My mother said, "Don't fuck him up too bad." She really did. And I knew he didn't train, and I was in like the best shape of my life, and I had trained for a month. I was like, and I saw how it was going. I know I fucked up. I should have never done that to you guys or to the fans.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
That was tough. No, it hurts.
Fights like those. No, it was just fun. It was definitely like, you know, fight mode. Like I was just every night, like fucking running stairs and jumping rope and like eating eggs and shit. Like it was definitely, I only trained for like a month and a half though, maybe less. So it was fun. I probably wouldn't do it again unless I had like a concrete reason to, but it was fun. I was in great shape. So
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to walk out once. You know what I mean? Get the people going, the
it
blood
was,
going.
The adrenaline was unmatched and like winning. It was just all my boys from home came down. Like went to the strip club after. Like it was a great time.
Has Tex been heard of since?
Yeah, I think he might have joined the services somewhere. Like I don't know. I think if you look on the internet, you can find out. Like I think he's in the army or something. But he's just, you know, he had some issues that came out afterwards. Like I think he's cleaned himself up though, which is good. You know, I hope for the best for him. You know.
Yeah, no. When we initially sent the video of Magic Mike, what do you think of that promo? Like going into that like blog, whatever you wrote there. What was your initial reaction from seeing this, wacko Quincy kid trying to put on a show?
I mean, I thought it was good. It was good. It was a good promo. It was a better promo than a fight.
Yeah, I'm a better showman than fighter for sure. I'm gonna get. Yeah. I'm getting back in that ring. I don't know if you know, but we've had lights laying on quite a few times, and he gets me amped up every time. I think I'll be in this next one. I got something coming.
He's a monster. I'm happy to see him. And Dave says he's like, we got to pump him up more. We got to get him better fights. He's beating fucking Travis Thurman is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Sorry about that.
Did Travis Thurman was his shoulder really hurt, or was he just making an excuse?
It looked like he was done, man.
I think they fought twice. I think the first one was in the Super Bowl. Was that the one on his shoulder?
Like, that was Miami. He was overheated. He said
that's what it was.
Breathe.
Yeah,
he's too hot.
But he just wasn't ready for Bobby. I don't think.
Not many are. It's a big fucking kid.
Champ is here.
Wouldn't want to fight the champ.
Another thing I'm interested in knowing is kind of off topic of the Rough and Rowdy. You produced the Corp, right? The first 2 seasons.
Yep.
We part of it. So like, how was it working with like A-Rod? And I mean, considering you're a Boston guy, I know there's a little bit of A-Rod drama going on now. We'll leave that for another day. But how was that kind of being introduced to Big? I mean, you work with Big Cat all the time, but Big Cat and A-Rod, getting all these. They had rest in peace Kobe Bryant, but you have a lot of elite guests on that one too.
Yeah, it was cool. It's definitely a more like, obviously like Barstool's kind of a bubble where it's just kind of like a shit show and everything's like you're used to it being a shit show, and it's just like, which I like am used to. And this was a much more like official. We were dealing with official people, and like he has a whole team. And we shot it with like a better production company and stuff. So it was a much more like, it was good because it was like a real operation, and obviously the guests were cool. It was just, the guests were so big. Like it was just cool. A-Rod is just able to pull fucking unreal guests.
Was there any interaction with Kobe?
Not really.
No.
I was there super, like we did the interview like 10 a.m. and I was there with the production crew at like 7 to set up or whatever. And it was at his like office. And no one else was there. Like it was like, kind of like a Barstool like office space, because that's where they do, like he has had a production company or whatever. No one was there, and I'm like, all right, they're setting up. I'm walking around, kind of peeking around just to see what's around. And I look in a room, and Kobe's it was like 7 a.m. No one else was in the building. And he's just in there he was bald already, and had a guy like bicking his head. And I was just like, holy fuck, like Kobe really is fucking first one in.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Hold on 1 second, my dog's got something to eat.
Is that the dog with the dong?
That's the dog with the dong. So what's the dog's name? I can't remember.
I can't either.
So 23-32.
No, we'll talk about the dog. What is that dog's name?
My bad.
No, you're all good. What's the dog's name?
Norman.
That's it. Norman. Giant cock Norman.
Yep. Big Dick Norm.
That's actually a great Big Dick Norm.
I got to ask about the electric factory of Frank the Tank at Barstool. I mean, what's your thoughts on Frank the Tank?
Love him. I mean, you said it yourself. He's an electric factory. He's, shows up to work every day. He's there early, stays late. Just will, doesn't even have to be prompted. He'll just rant about the Mets.
Yeah, having a terrible time.
Yeah.
Who's the hardest worker at Barstool?
I mean, there's a lot. I as someone who's like a behind the scenes guy from the beginning, I think a lot of the behind the scenes guys get, there's a lot of them who work like crazy hours and get no love. So I'd say most of them, like, cause it's like, and it is hard. It's very hard to be an on-camera personality. Like if it was easy, everyone would be big personality. So I'm not knocking them, but they can just show up, talk for an hour and leave. Whereas like the people behind the scenes have to show up early, get it set up, stay late, record, edit, blah, blah, blah. And like, no, you know what I mean? They're not getting necessarily credit, and they're probably working like twice as much or 3 times as much as, the host or whatever. Oh, yeah. So
that's a fact.
Yeah.
Like what's the best part like of being I mean, you're a day one employee at Barstool. I mean, going over from there has to give you at least some street cred, like in the lobbies and in the Barstool headquarters, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. That's why it's like there's definitely more of like a organized structure now, where there's like a, pecking order, and like, whereas I can just kind of like override it all. Cause like now it's like Dave doesn't really interact with, like, he's not going to meet with all these people day in and day out and like get stuff approved. So there's like steps in place for people. If you're a new person, you talk to this person to get this approved, and talk to this person to get that approved, because Dave doesn't want to deal with those people. Whereas like, if I need something, I just go talk to Dave. So it's like, that's where it's easy. And obviously Big Cat like runs the company as well. So it's just easy in that sense, where it's like, I don't really have to worry about like what everyone else has to worry about.
Do you have like I know you, well, obviously the question is favorite moment, like Milton days, like the Dixie Tour days too. I know that's like a big part that people forget, like that you, well, I don't know if they forget that you were a part of it, but like that was a big exciting moment for you. And then like kind of the New York move days. Well,
I mean, Dixie Tour was great. That whole thing was just like I had a great time. I didn't do shit. Like, I was just literally smoking and drinking every day. Like, and that was it. Like,
who was
we
on
found
that
out,
again? It was like you and Caleb and
me, Caleb, his buddy Ben, who played at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And then this random video kid, Yev, who Caleb found.
I feel like working with Caleb is probably like kind of just all over the place. Like like he's just, it's chill, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, we're the same age. We have the same like, hobbies and stuff. Like, we got along really well. We weren't like, that's the thing where it's like, we had a video guy. Caleb had stuff where he had to do, and I just had to do like some social media posts. So it was like, we weren't even really, the work wasn't that much. We found out like halfway through that Dave was selling the company. And like, once I realized that, I kind of like, I found out that Dave was selling the company, and Big Cat told me we were going to be doing this podcast after the Dixie Tour. So I was like, I knew what I was doing after the Dixie Tour was over. And I knew that Dave did not give a fuck what we were doing, because he was selling the company. Like, it was like, he came to one of the things in Michigan and he told us all. And I knew Dave really well. I know Dave really well. I can like kind of read where his head's at. And it's like, if you're in trouble, like, he's up your ass, and he's like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? We're like, oh, how are we doing? He's like, oh, you're doing great. And you could just tell that he didn't care either way. Like, he wasn't worried about it. He was focused on New York and churning and all that stuff. So the last like month, 2 months, like, I was just I was enjoying it. I was like, all right, like, we can basically do whatever we want. And like, when we get home, I'm just going to do this other podcast. So
a little free south.
Nice little bad day.
Little
Bad day down
RV,
south.
little RV tour down south. That's a dream right there. Honestly,
it was amazing. It was amazing. And it also was like one of those things where it's like, I partied so much when I came home. I was like, I don't even. Yeah, I'm kind of partied out. Like, I'm like ready to kind of fucking do some work, and then it's just part of my take.
Perfect.
Back to the PMT questions. What do you think is like the toughest thing about being a producer on that show? I mean, you're always editing, and there's always a different guest. You guys are moving along like as you are by the day. Just give me a rundown of what's tough about it.
Nothing. I mean, it's not tough per se. The hardest part, or like the most like keeping the pipeline of guests, is just like it just seems like it never ends. You know what I mean? Like, we can, sometimes it's like, we feel like we do a bunch of interviews and then a week passes and we have none left. And it's like, all right, we need to like book and find and do that stuff, especially like this kind of time of season when there's not as many sports. So it's like, there's not a natural, like, oh, it's, everyone's talking about the NHL. We'll get an NHL guy or whatever. It's like, we have to kind of
Is that by committee? Like finding guests?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, we have talent bookers now, which makes it a lot easier.
Oh, nice.
Way easier. For the first like 2 years, it was just me, Big Cat, and PFT.
Question though, has there ever been a guy like Big Cat's like, I need him on, get him for me, like no questions asked, whatever it takes?
Well, that's for the
yeah. I mean, like, not like, that's where it's like, usually they're so big on social media where it's like, we can usually use back channels to like get people, and then if it's like a pressing issue or like we've reached out and we're not hearing back, we can kind of like put the pressure on social media and be like, hey, everyone, like, tell this person they need to come on, like, and obviously like the audience is so big that they'll kind of help us get the word out, but not really. There's never been anything that's like we did John Harbaugh the first Grit Week and Big Cat, but that's where it's like Big Cat, when he also is like, when he doesn't, he's not just going to tell me to book a guest and then like yell at me if it doesn't get booked. Like, he's also like working his angles, and like he goes harder than anyone. So it's like, if he wants a guest, he's not going to worry about someone else getting them. Like, he's going to just like go as hard as he can to get it. And then, you know what I mean? Anything I can do is just like extra. So that helps as well.
Yeah, and piggybacking off the guest thing, there's probably not one that's your favorite, but I mean, I even see like I listened to the one on Julian Edelman a couple months ago. He's calling you on a first name basis. Well, like, who's your favorite one? Who's been kind of the top? I know Blake Griffin's been on all the time. Brooks Koepka.
I mean, obviously all the Patriots guys like Edelman, Gronk. We did Mark Wahlberg. That was cool. Adam Sandler was cool. I don't know. There really is so many at this point where it's like like Kyle Long, we've like stayed at his house. Like Blake Bortles, we've stayed at his house. Like the people that are kind of like, they're good guests, and then also like they're like, oh yeah, come chill afterwards, or like we go out or whatever. Like that's when it's like I obviously just like personally, I'm like that guy's the fucking man.
Question: Boner Dogs. When that gets produced, can I be an extra?
Sure. I mean, it's gonna be
animated.
a cartoon, so
Like literally, though, I'll be a sled dog. I'll roof.
That's good. That actually might get you in there.
We usually ask all our guests this, whether it's a columnist or like interview. Seeing Tom Brady another uniform last season, winning the Super Bowl. I just want to know your thoughts on, watching the game itself. I'm sure you were rooting for him. No, you weren't going to root for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I made the biggest bet of my life on the Buccaneers, so I was fucking.
Let's go.
I bet on them. We were in Detroit, and there was like for the NFC Championship game, and there was the McGregor versus Poirier fight, and I was like kind of drunk. And I was up money in my sportsbook account. I put like 500 or 1,000 on Poirier to win like by knockout, and that hit. And it was like one of those things where I just like let it roll. It was like the next day, it was like, all right, I think the Bucs are going to beat the Packers in the NFC Championship. Like put all of that on the Bucs. So I was up like 5K, and I was just like, fuck it, like I'm letting it ride. Put 5K on the Bucs to win the Super Bowl, and so I was ecstatic.
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
And I don't think it's one of those things where I don't think if Brady stayed that they would have won. Like he needed to leave. Like it just wasn't. It's not like a 1 + 1 = 2. Like if he stayed, the Patriots were going to have problems. It wasn't going to be like he didn't enjoy being there. It was one of those things where it was just like he needed to leave. It was probably better for the Patriots that he left. I don't think if he stayed, like it would have been probably been more. It would have been a worse breakup.
Oh yeah, no, it was time for. I mean, I think himself, he looked at it and said he had to move on, and got things done in Tampa, got everyone coming on, and they have them all coming back, and we'll talk about later in the show about the schedule coming out, but Sunday Night Football, I think week 4, that's going to be a good one at Gillette, huh?
Yeah, that one's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and come back for that.
Yeah, my last question here is, did you ever envision, when you were sitting in the Milton office, see Barstool become what it is today? Like, did you actually think that at all, or to any sort of degree?
No, but I mean, you guys are from Massachusetts too, so you get it to an extent, because it's what I always try and explain is like when I started working there, I was like, I made it. Like, this is like Barstool, like, because in Massachusetts, growing up, like everyone knows Barstool, everyone reads Barstool, like everyone, fucking parents, kids, younger, older, like everyone knows about it. Everyone like, reads it. Mm-hmm. It's like a household thing kind of. So when I started working there, I was like, this is it. Like I'm in the big show. Like, and then it's just progressed where it's like now I say, whereas once was just Massachusetts, now it's more like national, where it's like everyone in every state knows and reads Barstool. But like to me, it's like I always have felt it was massive, and it's just more people know about it now, I guess is how I would say it.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely, like you said, any Massachusetts person, I think everyone was like, big time fans.
Like it's a trip watching it become the global fucking empire. Like
it's crazy. Right. It's crazy, but it's like watching your favorite, artists like blow the fuck up. It's
happening in the back.
Yeah, guy you watched at the Middle East becoming huge.
Our houses are 5-10 minutes from that location.
I do have one. I have a question too about so play Barstool, stool streams, all that stuff. I know that was your little baby, and that's blown up. And like, did you see that coming?
Yeah, I mean, that was something where it was like Dave kind of asked me, like, it was before the Penn deal got announced, so he didn't tell me why, but he's like, we want you to focus on like gambling and like stuff in the office that we can get people to do. So that was just a natural one, whereas like we were obviously doing like playing ping pong and shit like competitively anyway. So I was like, all right, let's figure out a way to bet on it. But yeah, I definitely like, I'm happy with how it's going. It was something that was thought of before coronavirus, and like originally kind of like, there's Hot Ones and like sneaker shopping and like these videos where it's like big A-list guests doing something that's not just a normal interview. It's like because people just you like hot ones to watch like fucking Will Ferrell eat hot wings or like watch these people go sneaker shopping. Stool streams was supposed to be like that, whereas like we had at the time we had guests coming in all the time. We had people like rotating in and out, so it was going to be like watch your favorite actor like play Jenga or cornhole or something.
Oh, that's even better.
Obviously,
then Frank the Tank came in.
Yeah, well then obviously like we haven't had guests in at all. And we just had to go with our own people. But even so, it's like I still think that is like that will happen. And then hopefully that takes it to like another level. But I think just the last year has been a success just based off like the people we have in office.
The amount of time I spent like watching those 3-hour like Jenga streams, I was like, what am I doing? But I couldn't look away. They were like that. It was like better than sports. Weird. Not better, but I loved it. It was just so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing where it's like it's I think it's just good like if you're a student, I feel like in the middle of the day or at work, it's just something you can throw it on. Yeah. And like if you're working, you don't have to pay attention, or you can go back and watch later. But like sometimes you're just locked in. Sometimes you have nothing going on, and it's like the middle of the afternoon, and you're like, oh, let's fucking go. Like it's just fun.
That's exactly what it was like.
Yeah, like. And
Frank's playing today. I can't wait to watch him sing. What's he gonna sing? Ronan Big Cat.
Ronan Big Cat. Just the way he talks shit, or just like the most recent like stool scenes, like just him fucking with Marty. It's just like it makes me think that he's just doing it on camera. Like, but I think Big Cat seems like the most genuine, like great guy ever. So I like it's so hard to see, like what's the difference between camera and off camera.
I'm thinking most of you guys are pretty much the same on and off. Like that's how
for sure.
Like that I think these days especially most people who make content are even kind of the same.
Actually, I have one last question. Stu Feiner, do I buy his bets or not?
That's a good question. What a tweet by him today though, by the way. We should
that's not my answer.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the money responsibly and it's not something where you're gonna lose your house or something, why not?
I see his record on the show you guys do in the morning on Sundays. His record is always awful. So like basing off that, it's like.
But then he hit that round robin, like that was insane. Like
he had the 19 parlay. Yeah. I will say that we do that on Wednesday morning. Like we should obviously film it. It's for like entertainment where it's like we need time to edit it. So the picks, like the lines aren't the same. So it's like he's doing it for entertainment. But like if you do pay for his picks, like he puts his picks in like a normal gambler at like 12:30 on us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he
game by game
waits to get the best line and then like really looks at it. So it's like the advisor's picks. Sometimes I think he loses on purpose. Like it's like almost he knows it's better if he loses. But yeah, I don't. He is pretty good on his big money picks. It's just it's hard to decipher.
I just see his videos all the time, screaming, trying to lose weight, jumping in pools.
He got doors today.
There is nothing better than Stu Feiner once it's football season. I'm excited to see him back in the studio and
Hank
doing what he does.
Yeah, really appreciate you taking the time, man. This is good time.
Thank you, Hank.
Yeah, no worries, boys.
Thanks buddy.
And thank you for the blog.
All right.
Honestly, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep, have a good one.
All right, boys. Later. See ya.
The producer of Pardon My Take, Hank Lockwood of Barstool Sports. What do you guys think of the interview, guys? I mean, from the Patriots, him running around the NFL headquarters to, talking about his Magic Mike's promo video. What'd you think?
Oh, it was incredible, man. I mean, that was Barstool OG, like Milton Toft talking to someone like that. The robes.
That was a treat.
That was incredible.
That was best video yet.
On the anniversary day, no less. On the anniversary day of the Brady 4, no less.
We needed that for the opener, season 3. New move to hedge better. We needed to bring Handsome Hank in here, and he just.
I just hope I'm an extra in Boner Dogs when it comes out.
Yes,
I'd hold your breath for that.
I'm gonna.
Moving on. So the Bruins just finished their regular season. Tonight's Wednesday. They finished on Tuesday night. They're going on the road first round, I think 3 seed against number 2, the Washington Capitals. I have their 1 through whatever on my screen here. I think it's going to be a tough series. The rekindle of Zdeno Chara against the Boston Bruins when And he played for the Bruins for all these years. Tough series when you talk about who else they could have played. I think, but in this kind of setup where, they're probably in the best division in hockey, you kind of have to beat the best to be the best in that division. So if they're going to knock it out right away, then right here is right here.
Yeah, best opportunity. I mean, you get through this. I mean, then down the road, no Chara, no Ovechkin, no Tom Wilson, no... I mean, you could beat your demon, the team that has fucking been annihilating you since, 2015.
Another thing, too, is, I think their second line is so much more deeper than it's been the last years. I mean, we talk about David Krejci always looking for the guy to, dish him it or, be another David Krejci out there. And, Taylor Hall has done that and even more.
Krejci's a playoff stud, too. And that was when he was playing with shitbags that don't deserve to be in the NHL.
No,
really imagine.
You think of 2 years ago towards their, title quest, and obviously it didn't go right in Game 7 there. But, the Taylor Hall of that line was Charlie Coyle.
Yeah.
And you think of, the two deficiencies out of Taylor Hall, the player that Taylor Hall is compared to Charlie Coyle. I mean, that's just a massive gap.
One of them was an MVP.
Yeah.
And the other one's from Weymouth and really cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. and let's not forget Craig Smith, who's put up a lot of good numbers. I think he's close to 15 goals or something on the second line there. Then you bring it back to the third line where, Nick Ritchie has been your unsung hero at 15 goals, career high, when, he was horrible last year. Everyone was trying to boo him out of town. You look at this...
deservingly. But he's been great this year.
Yeah. You look at the defense, too. You got McAvoy and Grizzly heading it. I think Brandon Carlo will come back. Kevin Miller giving a lot of, that boost that you really need out of this defense because, the goaltending, I think, is their strongest suit, like I said on the last episode. But when it comes down to it, it's going to have to be Tuukka time. Otherwise, they're going to go home early.
Oh, yeah. No, then especially in this one because, when it was Tuukka versus Holtby, that's pretty even, and Holtby always owned us. Tuukka is by far the better goalie in this series.
Oh, yeah.
By miles.
Without a doubt. And not to mention, we mention every time because former Steele and Nazz guest, but the backup for this series will be Jeremy Swayman. And, that's just an ankle bump or...
I'm calling it right now. Jeremy Swayman is going to be a major reason we win a Stanley Cup.
Down the road.
Down the road.
You guys suck.
If Swayman brings us to this one, that's unreal, obviously. But that means something went horribly wrong.
I mean, but Tuukka, it could.
It could. I hope
what
it
if he
doesn't.
doesn't feel like playing in the playoffs again?
The lack of faith you guys seem to have in him, though.
I have full faith in Tuukka.
I have full faith in Tuukka.
But I have full faith in Jeremy Swayman.
I will the second he has to come in. I'm 1,000,000,000% behind the Alaskan bullworm.
There's one sense where,
1 billion.
The present is here as Tuukka Rask, and the future is Jeremy Swayman.
Yeah, when we win the cup in 2025, it better be Swayman.
Yeah, we'll be back here next week in I don't know, probably be Game 4 around then. But I'm going to give my series prediction. I'm not being a homer when I say this. I just really think it is. I think the Bruins are the best team in this division. They've had their tough go against the New York Islanders, and the Capitals have gotten their number on a couple occasions, but. When you look at it last night, and I know that's a small sample size, but the Bruins played their JV team last night, and the Capitals pretty much played their full team. And they came out with a 2-1. I think they scored with 1.9 seconds
1.8, yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
So look, going.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Literally, you're gonna say a JV team versus a real team that is just matters?
It does.
No, it does not.
They played a JV team last night.
When you go into the fucking playoffs. And actually care. LeBron has not even fucking tried this season.
Don't compare the stupid sport of basketball to the game of hockey, please. You literally just did that.
Shut the fuck up. Literally, you're wrong. You don't, no.
Are you just screaming at me saying you're wrong, but not bringing up any,
you don't think Alex Ovechkin is going to be,
I think they're going to be here to play. I just don't think, and I think Alex Ovechkin.
And they have our number.
Are you just going to scream over me so I can't talk?
Capitals 4-3.
Had our number.
Capitals 4-3.
Braden Holtby's like one of the biggest reasons they had our number. That guy's not there.
And I
Fuck
think
'em.
I just think the Bruins is the decider. Obviously, the goaltending, to Steele's point, Tuukka Rask is the far better goaltender in the series. But I think when it comes down to it, the Bruins are just deeper. I got the Bees in 6.
Are
I
we,
got the Bees in
just
6.
going to ignore the fact that Tuukka Rask just like gets sick in the playoffs? Like,
What
just
if-
doesn't
he
play?
never got
that's,
sick.
that's an
Yes, he
absolute
did.
lie.
He,
But
did.
if he
He
gets
shit
sick,
his pants and
He probably
dropped
has a
out.
vaccine. He might get sick.
He might.
Hot
He
take.
might.
It was-
Tuukka
Right.
Rask
It
in
was-
2 playoffs has been
Jeremy
statistically
Swayman is
better
gonna
than
win this.
2011 Tim Thomas. That is a statistical
His daughter had a
fact.
seizure, by the way. Don't listen to all those naysayers.
Yeah, turn off the radio.
Yeah.
Get to the game. Get to the game.
Get to the game.
I don't
Bruins
care.
in 6.
He's 7-1 in his last
It's
8
Capitals in
games.
7. Capitals in 7. I'm done.
What do you got? What do you got, Magic?
I got Swayman saving us in 7.
Yeah,
Love that
yeah.
alliteration.
I think a bloody 7. I think
Put it
Bruins
on
at
a
7.
shirt.
I got 6.
It's gonna be a rough 7 too. It's gonna be an ugly
because
series.
7 is in Washington. I think they finish it in Boston. I think it goes Bruins game 6 with the 25% crowd fucking rolling.
That would be awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I saw
25% crowd.
I had a lot of faith in the crowd at Boston in another game a couple years back. So
And they drop the ball.
yeah.
But they don't have Taylor Hall now.
Oh yeah,
Now they do.
It's a new team, 100%.
We're going to move on from our hockey talk there. I think we all took the Bruins except for that dickhead Anton. Yeah, sorry. We're going to move on to the NFL schedule was released. You know, it was actually leaked earlier today. If you want to check out my blog on the Steele and Nazz website, nice plug there. But the 17 game schedule, you know, came out today. And you know what? I think at least in the beginning season, as I look at it, you know, first thoughts, I think that the Patriots, you know, have an easier road as they did last year. I'll go down the list in case the guys next to me, you know, forgot to look at today. So, you know, you start off with Miami at home. You get the Jets on the road. The Saints, you host the Saints the week after, then Tampa. I just think they're going to have to get a lot of these wins here. Houston on the road after. You got the Cowboys at home. You know, the Jets.
The Patriots got to prove themselves. We
I-
don't have to
I-
read the team names here.
Wait. No, but
Cam has to
I'm
prove
confused.
himself.
How is that easy?
It
It's
is
easier than last year. It's 100%
is
easier.
not.
No, and it's easier than the stretch that they're going to have at the end of the season.
That's a hard schedule.
I don't think it's
Why?
as hard as last year.
Miami's not going to be better than last year. The Jets aren't going to be better than last year. No.
The Dolphins will not be better than last year.
How?
The Jets will be better than last year.
How will
but
the
that's not
Dolphins-
saying
That's
everything.
not impressive. Yeah, like the Jets will be better than last year, but like who gives a shit?
Yeah, they suck, but the Dolphins are a
typical
good team.
Patriots talk. As a Bucks fan, I can tell you guys, you're delusional. You're delusional. You just look at a schedule and you're like, this is easy. This is easy. You're gonna fucking face Tom when he comes here,
I
and
never
he's
said
gonna
that was
fucking
easy.
bend. I know, no, damn right, that one won't be
But
easy.
I'm just saying, the Dolphins are a good team. The Dolphins are a very, very, very good team.
But you
show
know what?
some
They,
respect.
they lost guys on their defense last year. They have a quarterback who's still unproven, who didn't do anything last year. Basically, kind of, you know, they're on their way into the playoffs, and he got them out of the playoffs.
No,
we
That's
semi have
exactly
the
what
same
happened.
deal.
No.
We
How
have
did
the
that
same
not
deal.
happen?
no.
Tua Tagovailoa, he came in, and all of a sudden they just tanked.
I mean,
they didn't tank. He went 4-2.
Cam came in and did shit.
I mean,
Cam has a whole
we can
offseason.
play this Cam versus 2 all day. I'm not going to praise Cam Newton on this show right now.
No, Mac Jones is going to be Mac Jones is going to be our quarterback by week 7.
Not week 7.
We're going to be rebuilding by
Again,
week 7.
on my blog today, keep promoting it. There's a stretch. Okay, so this is what scares me.
I liked your blog, by the way. It was well written.
Yeah, this was what scares me during the year. So you're on the road against Atlanta, the Thursday night football
don't
game.
scare me.
Can you let me go instead of you over talking?
No.
Thursday night game, prime time. If you lose that game, you have Tennessee the next game. They've never played well against. Then you have the Bills on the road Monday night, which they'll get shelled.
That's a
my
loss.
my whole thing. If Cam Newton doesn't play well in the span of games, not even talking about the early part. If the early part comes out good, and then he gets to these games and he doesn't play well, then you're talking about a Mac Jones week 14 bye week switch going into the last 4 games of the season, which will probably be, unless they absolutely tank and we just all root for Tampa like Magic Mike here. Those
Smart
will be
move.
those will be very pivotal games.
We'll see how the
towards
season
post-
goes.
the Final Four?
It might be the move at the end.
The
yeah.
final 4 is at Indy, at home against the Bills, at home against the Jags, and then on the road against the Dolphins.
That's it. That's the easiest for the fucking.
Well,
schedule.
that's what I'm saying. If somehow Cam fumbles his way, he can't lead his way through. I'm saying my call from the clouds is that Cam Newton's not going to be playing good football going to this Bills game on the road in Week 13. If he sucks in that first half, look out for Mac Jones coming in, saving the day. I'm not saying winning the game. I'm just saying coming back and, playing well. Well, now they have a bye week. They can actually reevaluate the quarterback position, see who's the best person to play there. And then you have those 4 games, like you said, the Colts are going to be good this year and the Bills are always good the last couple of years. But those are a breeze, according to you.
I really think there's been a
I
switching.
think it's easiest.
I think the Patriots, we'll see how it all ends up here, but I think you guys are going to have to deal with some shit. If Bill keeps fucking up here,
You guys.
not Bill keeps fucking up, but if I think only you have faith in Bill. I don't really like Mac Jones could come in week 15 and play fucking good or whatever. He ain't winning you a Super Bowl. This season's you guys are now playing to make the playoffs. You're not playing to win Super Bowls.
One thing about
I guarantee
schedule,
they
though,
don't win the Super Bowl.
is they play like every team that's like one of those teams that could easily go like 11-6 or 6-11.
Yeah.
Like they play like every one of those teams.
Yeah, like the Saints.
Like the Saints, the Panthers are on there, the Colts are on there, the Falcons are on there. Like all of them are just like
what world the
you never
Panthers
know.
going
Even the
11-6?
Dolphins.
Even the Dolphins, yeah. Then,
The
the
Dolphins
Bills,
are a good team. I'll
they're
stand
supposed to
behind
be.
that.
The Titans are even one of
I-
those
I don't-
teams.
I
But
think-
they keep it up, who knows?
Unless Cam Newton goes back.
I'm
to
just saying,
form.
when
Cowboys.
I made my predictions today, when I went game by game, I did it strictly on the running game and the defense. When they played Tua Tagovailoa, who, whenever he's had pressure on him, which the small sample size we'd see, he hasn't done anything. And I think that, with these rookies, they just got the guy Perkins, who was the steal probably of the draft.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
You
Stud.
have probably one of the best secondaries in football. You got all these linebackers coming, Kyle Van Noy, you have Uche, you have Winovich, you have all them. I just think they're going to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So all these young quarterbacks are playing, whether it's Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, even Justin Herbert. I think they're going to have big problems against this Patriots defense. And I think it's going to be a lot of, not these 40 to 30 games. I think there's going to be a lot of 2014, 20-6. There's not going to be a lot of points scored on the board. And that's strictly because of the Patriots defense. And I'm saying right now how bad Cam Newton sucks.
No, it's going to be some ugly football. It's going to be some
I
ugly
think they
football.
win the
the thing.
Super Bowl though.
Not a chance.
No.
Okay.
No, I put it 0.
No.
I put their chances at 0.
And
One.
back on Magic's
One.
point, which
I'll never go 0. 1.
I'll put it at 0.
That's fair.
I am on the 0 train. Quote me.
0 wins.
Honestly, if they win the fucking Super Bowl, I'll eat a bag of shit.
I like that.
There we go.
I'm moving it up to 5. Yeah, I'm moving it up to 5.
It's tough. It's tough being a Pats fan now because, to Magic's point, a couple minutes ago, we always, it's Super Bowl or bust. We might never have that case again.
I felt a little bias in your blog. I'm not gonna lie. It's just this Patriots bias that exists because you guys have such
not a
belief.
bias.
Gone. Tom's gone. We got to get over it.
you have such
We
belief
have to
in
be
you guys.
fucking negative and we have to hate them.
See, what I
That's
think-
what we got to do.
What I
It's
think
just
Magic doesn't get is this belief that we have as Patriots fans is because of Tom Brady.
It is.
And when Tom Brady left, you immediately jumped to Tom Brady. That shows how great
course,
that
'cause
man
I'm
is.
smart.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
I don't know.
I'm not backtracking.
no,
I'm not sitting there. Well, now I want them to win, so Anton has to eat a bag of shit. But
Naturally.
I'm hoping Bucks repeat.
Bucks,
Fuck yeah.
Bucks Pats, Super Bowl, shit on the line. Who do you want to win?
That's honestly, that's really tough.
You know what?
No,
though?
I want Brady to get one more. I'm always gonna want Brady to get one more,
Fair.
especially because I'll be living down there by then. And fucking go that Super Bowl.
My point of the whole thing is, this Tampa heading to the Patriots. I've been thinking about this for a while, even since the Super Bowl. I'm like, who am I actually going to root for? It's a no-brainer. I'm going to root for the Patriots. I want them to smoke them that night. I want the Patriots to put a 40.
Me saying I'm going to eat a bag of shit if the Patriots win doesn't mean I'm not a Patriots fan. I want them to do well. I want Milkbag get in the fucking game. Fucking Mac Jones, I just transfer it over. Fuck him.
Do you want to eat that bag of shit?
No, I don't want to eat that bag of shit. But I think Mac Jones solidifies me not eating that bag of shit. But I just want to transfer it to the next guy if
That's
he's going
a
to be the
fact.
next guy.
I like to talk on the Pats there, the schedule. We'll move on. This is my take of the week. We'll continue in the football range of things. The other day, the Jacksonville Jaguars signed former quarterback, former minor leaguer, former Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow to a 1-year contract to play the tight end position for his former coach at University of Florida, Urban Meyer. I think, so many of these guys who aren't playing who are coming out losers. But I will take this is my take. If Tim Tebow does not make the roster, he might be the biggest loser in all of sports. Because he could have. Oh, you know what? Even if he gets it, I'm just thinking right now, he still might be a loser because, he could have done this tight end position like 7 years ago, but it was just like, no, I'm going to go play baseball. But if he actually like thrives and plays well, it's like, why didn't you do this for the last 7 years?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player ever. You compare him to Tim Tebow? I'm not even doing that.
Jesus.
I don't even know why. I really don't.
I've muted the word Tebow on Twitter.
I don't
Literally
get
taken
you.
it- I don't give a fuck
What's your
about
love
that guy
for him?
anymore.
Like, where did it begin?
Don't care.
Oh, we could talk all night.
My hatred goes back to when his
What
love
did he do
started,
to
so,
you?
like, I don't
Did
give
you
a
guys
fuck
go to
about
church
that shit.
Show us where he touched you.
No, being an athlete when I was younger, that's a guy you look up to. I mean,
Legit hate
Fair
that
enough,
guy's
that's
guts.
the bottom line.
Yeah, he's a rec athlete. He's a fucking rec athlete. He doesn't belong on the team. He should get cut.
He won a Heisman Trophy.
That was when he was good.
That was when
We're far removed.
Fair enough.
We are far removed. We are
He's
far
not
removed
wrong.
from that.
He's not wrong.
Matt Duffy used to be a great athlete. Now I get to see him up at Faxon Field. I think I could see Tim Tebow at fucking any football field.
Who's a better softball catcher, you or Tim Tebow?
100% me.
That's
He doesn't have the heart I have.
Oh, I think he got more than that.
I don't know what you mean by that.
That's Tim Tebow's whole thing. He's the heart guy.
I mean, is Tim Tebow willing to play porn when the other team's at bat?
Yeah, I know he's
no.
not.
I'm not talking about
Because this guy is.
He's done it. I've seen it.
But
I've
I'm
been
not
there.
talking
Play
about
at the
promoter
plate.
Rachel
jockey.
Starr getting TP'd. I've seen it.
What are you saying? Play at the
With
plate?
kids in the crowd. No
Naz, are
fear.
you saying play at the plate like who makes the game win and play?
Yeah. Not promoter. I'll give you that. You're the promoter.
Honestly, I don't think he can handle that pressure.
I
I think he fumbles it.
Have you not seen him in the playoffs against Denver? Or when he was on Denver against
Especially
Pittsburgh?
too. He's a lefty too. So if
Are
he
we
had-
talking about softball?
Yeah, I'm talking about pressure.
I'm saying he's a lefty too. If he has
see
to
me in
catch it
Rough and
this
Rowdy?
way, he's got to bring it down to the plate. While Magic's got his right glove here. Making tags.
Well,
like
Naz
I
Man's
read
gonna
about.
catch
As
it
long as Naz is the one throwing it in, I'm winning that. I think Tebow gets run over. Something happens. I don't know.
Tim Tebow gets run over. You don't. Who are you talking about? A rhinoceros? Like, what the fuck?
Moving on here. So the Boston Celtics have, they had an opportunity to claim the 6th seed. It seems like after 2 straight losses to Miami, which looked really bad, Jaylen Brown out for the season. They're going to have to play in this play-in game. Looking like right now they're going to be the 7th seed against Charlotte playing in the first round. And if people don't know, the loser of that game is not out. Though they will play the winner of the 9 versus 10. But it looks like unless the Celtics really, no, I think they're going to get the 7th seed here. My take on the Celtics is, the season's lost. Even if they win, they're going to play someone really good. Whether it's Brooklyn or Philly, I don't think they have a chance against either one. Their best chance is against Philly, and I still don't like that with the Doc Rivers team, really has turned things around. And even if they get Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee might even be the worst series for them out of the 3.
No Jaylen Brown. Robert Williams has turf toe. He's been hurt in and out.
It's over.
Turf toe on a court. What an idiot.
The only yeah, but
What a jackass.
are literally the Celtics' only bright spot in the past 2 weeks is they had that or 3 weeks, I guess, is they've had a 1 week of good basketball. And we're like, oh, wow, they turned their corner. We might actually see some Celtics playoffs. Brown's out. Williams turf toe. Aaron Naismith's been the only highlight here. He's been shooting
You're a maniac if you want to see this team in a 7-game series. You're just out of your mind. I mean, come on, guys.
I know. I'm ready to
Kill
bury
it.
them.
We're on to next year. NBA Finals.
If I see Taco fall into a playoff game, though, Brad Stevens got to go.
This
Fuck it,
team-
I'm done. I'm done with that charade. I'm so out on Taco Fall. It's not even fucking
Love
fun.
the Celtics. This team's cursed.
No, but I was looking at today, listening to the radio. I think trade deadline around there, I was just like, I think there's 5 or 6 guys who I wouldn't trade. Now I think it's down to 2. Now I think the only ones you can't trade are the Jays. Everything else is on board.
Oh, they're tradable.
I think-
As is Brad. The whole team's got a bust here, boys.
So Perk called out
Awful take.
It's the easiest.
Perk called
It's a
out
good
Smart
take.
on live TV, and they took it off all radio, and he was like, "We've had enough of your mouth in the locker room," and they canceled it like that. You can't find it nowhere.
What was
like,
it?
Like Smart's mouth week. We've had enough of it. I am so sick of Marcus Smart. I could go on a rant right now. Fuck him. I am so sick of him just jacking up threes, and every time I say
tries to do
fuck
too
Marcus
much.
Smart, it goes in. But when I don't, the 17 other times it doesn't. And he makes that play in the final 4 minutes. He makes that defensive play. That's why we have him. But you know what? At this point, it's not enough. Get rid of the fucking guy. I don't care. He's on a reasonable contract. Move him with fucking
No, you look at a guy like Patrick Beverly and he knows his role. Marcus Smart just tries to do too much. It's like,
way
oh,
too
my.
much. Way too much. At least he has grit and balls. Like he's not.
If he conformed to the Patrick Beverly role, he'd be amazing.
He has kind of.
Yeah, kind
He's
of,
just
but
not
he
as
could
good at
fully,
it. Yeah.
fully.
No, but he's getting away from that. He was doing that, but now he's getting away from
right,
it.
a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah.
We're giving them too much time. They're dead.
They're done.
They're gone.
Yeah,
They're
we're
done.
gone.
And get rid of
nice.
literally anyone that it takes to make this a good team again, because they fucking
There,
suck.
there is nobody that's untradeable to me.
Steele, what's your spotlight?
So we got two baseball guys, and one of the great comeback stories probably will be the comeback story of the year. Drew Robinson, Sacramento River Cats, got a tough year.
Whoa.
Yeah, got a tough year. Literally tried to take his life in 2020. Lost an eye, and is now playing AAA baseball. And last night he literally hit a home run. He's played in the outfield. AAA is crushing it. Stands a chance continuing. And I mean, dude, after that, can you get a hit in AAA baseball with one eye?
How do you lose his eye?
He literally attempted suicide and he shot it
shit.
out of his head.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I heard that story. That's insane.
That's unbelievable to bounce back from that. Like he was like, I need to bounce back. I need to keep going. And he showed up. The Giants organization was like, dude, you're going to be on the AAA team. Like not even single or double. They were like, that's how good you're playing in spring. And now he's still there. I mean, if he gets to the pros, I mean, who knows? But I mean, Jesus, that'd be amazing.
Insane.
Quite a story.
And
Did you rock the eye patch?
no, but I mean, that could get there. You never know.
Honestly,
One step at a time.
If I had one
to the
eye,
Pirates?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
rock it. Like fuck the pitcher up. Like here's my eye. Fucking deal with it.
True. But I mean, as a pitcher, I mean, the guy's an eye patch. That's fucking.
Eye patch is pretty badass.
Yeah, I'd
It
be,
is
I'd be
badass.
rattled. Like, I mean, if a guy with an eye patch takes you deep, like, wow.
You suck.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm-
no, that
It's like the bad guy in any fucking baseball movie.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one is a painful one for me because this guy basically told the Yankees to go fuck himself, Shohei Ohtani.
Great.
I was very against him, and he is just an absolute monster at both pitching
10,
and
11
hitting.
home runs. I think he threw 7 innings the other night and played right field for the last 2.
He leads the league. He's tied for the league lead in home runs with like a 2 ERA. Like it's
the hell's
absolutely
this guy?
ridiculous.
Babe Ruth,
Shohei
is,
Are you
Ohtani.
fucking kidding me?
Babe Ruth is such a wannabe, Shawny Ohtani.
Yeah.
Like Babe Ruth doesn't want to be.
Absolutely.
His first home run of the season was just
To the moon.
the sound is like the sound you record of like a ball hitting a bat. Like it's just a crack.
Yeah, see ya. To the fucking house. It's unbelievable.
It was
literally
amazing.
is. And I mean, all of his pitches are filthy.
and he said, "Go fuck yourself."
Then he
Yankees.
just goes deep. He was literally like, I don't want to play at a big. It wasn't like the Yankees were supposed to get him, but it was like all big market teams. Like he
It's
was
a
just
Yankees
like,
fan saying that.
no, that's what he said. That's like a quote.
It's not a quote. All
Yes, it is.
Japanese players want to go play on the West Coast. That's why Ichiro went to Seattle. That's why.
Like Hideki Matsui.
Well, and there's no way the Yankees are so
Masahiro
like
Tanaka.
proper. There's no way they would allow him to hit or any shit like that.
Yeah, they're not going to play the two.
Probably wouldn't have. Probably wouldn't have.
That's why we have Brendan McKay.
You got any bets tonight, or you just
Yeah.
sitting there?
So we're gonna go across the pond.
Oh,
Little Champions League finals.
the champs.
Man City,
What,
Chelsea,
What day?
May 29th.
May 29th.
May 29th. So
Mark your calendars.
we have Chelsea versus Man City. Champions League final, all England. No surprise. Messi's a bitch. Fucking Ronaldo's a bitch. Mbappe's a bitch. Neymar's a bitch. Come to the real league. Come to fucking England and play some real soccer. We have the American Jesus, Christian Pulisic for Chelsea playing against Man City, who just actually won the EPL title today, yesterday off of Manchester City.
Whatever
United
that
lost.
means. Yeah.
And so Chelsea's plus 270, 280. Who knows by the time the game starts? Christian Pulisic's on that team. You think I'd
Lock
take
it in
them.
now. Lock it in now.
No, I'm
260.
addicted to value. You think I would? Man City's only a minus 110 or so, almost a pick 'em. And
Pick 'em?
yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, pick them. Yeah, fucking pick them. And they just won it. They didn't even get to celebrate after a win to win the championship. They want blood. They want to win. They want to win the double here. Man City fucking minus 110. I bet it moves to 150 by the time the game comes around. I'd even take it as far as minus 200 for Man City. It's going to be a 2-leg game anyways.
So Man City's to play.
Man City's to play. Definitely the play.
Man City 110.
Man City, I take them
Whatever
as
it
far
gets,
as
whatever you
I
get.
take them as far as minus 150.
And so that's May 27th.
29th.
29th. May 29th.
Yes. I also have, it's not going to be released now tonight, but I just wanted it on record. Tom Hoge on the what's the golf tournament this weekend?
Not an idea. Sorry.
Tune into the scramble to find out because we don't know.
No, the Byron Nelson, AT&T Byron Nelson preview. Tom Hoge top 10. He's plus 900.
Plus 900. Love the value. Love the value.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
I'm just saying you're not going to get it by now, but I'm going to be right. And you're going to
Yeah.
be
And you're going to be
disappointed.
pissed if you don't do it. You're going to be pissed if you don't do it. Might as well just let it happen.
Exactly. Magic Mike, do you have an announcement for your Magic Mike Minute?
I do. I see that the person that's supposed to be involved in my Magic Mike Minute has to leave. Actually, no, he doesn't have to leave. The Magic Mike Minute's ready to rock. And it's a new this is an impromptu Magic Mike Minute. I had something I wanted to say tonight. It's not the right time. You guys will see what I have planned. You will see what I have planned. But tonight we have a very special guest. He's a former Magic Mike Minute reoccurring guest, 2-time, I believe. 3-time.
Three.
3-time. He's played the parts of Gardner Minshew. He's played the parts of Elon Musk, and his name's Craig Hines, and he's blessed us this evening with a card break. He's big into cards. He's a collector of sorts. He loves NFTs, crypto, right up my alley. So this is fucking Craig Hines. He's going to come up here. I don't know how we're going to make this work, tight squeeze, but we're going to rip a card break right now. He's excited. I'm excited. The crew's
Let's
excited.
fucking go.
Let's go.
Just get him on Maddie's mic.
Well, we want on time on that mic. We want on time on that
they can
mic.
all be on the mic.
On time's
Just
probably
share-
going to orgasm over
just
something
share
that
it.
comes out.
Nah, he's not getting a 1-on-1.
Someone,
If he gets
Craig,
1-on-1, I'll eat
Craig, bring those cards on up. This might not sound great on audio, and you're probably questioning, has Magic lost his minute? No, I have not.
Yeah, not giving it up. Not giving it
What
up.
is
We're going Pokemon?
No, not poke.
We should open. We should open the Elite Trainers box.
Magic. Craig is now showing off all his merch here.
All the goods. All the
Oh,
goods. I'll
boy.
move over. We got
the
gotta
UFC
we gotta get a
prism.
video here.
This
we gotta get a video.
is first gen.
So the thing
UFC
about
prisms.
here's the news here. I'm not a big card breaker guy, but I fucking love all things that are crazy. And Anton and Craig Hines are big card guys.
We got a nice little hanger box of the prisms.
Apparently in Target, they're taking these off the shelves. There's riots at Targets and whatnot. This is a big
get it
deal.
right.
So we're gonna open right now.
That's what we're opening.
BJ's.
Oh boy!
Come on. Here we go. The big
Craig,
guns.
Craig, am I allowed to open?
Absolutely.
Am I doing the open here?
Well, you got to be
Come
careful
with,
with it.
4 separate packs inside of the boxes, so everyone would have an opportunity to open one of these packs.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's go nuts.
We're
Joe.
We'll do one. We'll do one just because we
do
don't.
one.
We'll do one just because we don't want this to be like a half an hour card break on
Yeah,
the
we could go all
podcast.
night.
All right,
We
wait a
could go all
second.
night.
Wait a second, Mike.
Here, you.
Yeah. You.
What do you mean? Wait a
You got
second.
knife?
We don't need a knife.
You need a knife.
Someone. I don't want to
Really
fuck
want-
these up in any way.
Don't bug.
Well, yeah. Card breaks, big thing,
Somebody
big
get a
thing.
picture of this.
Craig might be doing a card break type of show coming up soon.
Might have some stuff in the future.
There might be something coming in the future. Like I said, Magic Mike Minute's back. This is a pretty big deal, actually. This is
So
a big
we're
deal.
going a blaster box right now. Panini Prism, probably one of the rarest boxes on the market.
The prism hobby box goes for like $2,000 right now.
Anton, if you open my
exactly.
pack, I will kill you.
Okay, so
It is his
four
business.
packs
This
in
is
here.
my pack. You get to
4
open
packs in
yours.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, but
packs.
we're only open one live on air. Live.
No, we can open all
No,
four.
we
of
can
them,
open all
but, like,
four.
not
It's
only
pretty
one
quick.
box,
There's
one
only
box.
6 packs per box. So,
So no,
Yeah.
wait,
it's
wait,
actually
wait.
6 packs.
All right,
So everyone distribute a pack to everyone, and I'll take 2.
Okay.
just juggle them a little bit.
I'm just trying to think of how this is going to relate to audio. Is this going to do good on? But this is what the Magic
always
Mike
gonna
Minute is. It's chaos.
Exactly.
It's fucking chaos,
It's
people.
absolute chaos.
If you're still tuned in at this point, I hope you're loving it. You wanted it back. It's fucking back, baby. Let's hope.
All right, so let's
This is
go,
like
guys.
opening.
Mike's already open. Wow, Adam's already open.
Shake.
All right, might as well go down the line.
This is like opening your
Adam,
first
let's
Playboy.
show the camera what we get. We'll go down the
Shake
line.
Milton.
Shake
Yeah, a
Milton.
little
Shake.
shake.
Bad.
We got James Johnson.
James Johnson.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, we got Anthony Davis, the
Let's
dominance.
go. Wow,
A dominance. That's
Not
quite
bad.
And then Nikola Vucic, playing for the team he's not even on now.
Exactly. So
I
that's
will
actually a
say-
good card. So you'll actually, that's kind of like the part of the market too. You'll deal with stuff like that. You'll know if a player's getting traded, you want to keep his last jersey from that team. You want to know if he's going to a new team. You obviously want to keep that card kind of first. So with a lot of part with the market too, it's all just peer-to-peer driven. So
We like peer-to-peer.
Exactly.
Bitcoin,
That's
buy
where
it now.
Bitcoin comes
Fuck
up
you.
to it. So it's all the market's dictated on the value if someone wants to buy it or not. So there's just the rarity of stuff like that.
I don't want to go out of order, but I definitely have the auto.
Well, fuck.
Okay.
Let me
Just go.
It
Let me
could be a jersey card. That is huge. I actually have not.
big
had
open
a
here.
basketball
All
jersey
right, so
card.
Magic Mike has opened his. We got Derek White on the Spurs. Nice little glossy card. Theo Maldon.
Oh, that's a rookie. That's
Maladin,
a rookie. That's
I
money.
know-
looking for rookie
Don't-
cards.
I know he's
don't
good
hit-
because I'm
don't
in
hit the
Top
edge.
Shot. D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, not
I think
bad.
he's pretty good. Eric Gordon. I've heard his name. He's a little washed up, but Theo Maladin is a good
Theo
card. I know that for a fact.
Okay, we're moving down to
All right.
Steele.
Yeah, we got Miles Bridges here.
Yep.
Miles Bridges.
Nice dunks. Nice dunks.
Tyler Hero.
Wow, it's a good
Ah,
card.
ah.
Good card.
Denny of Deja.
That's a rookie.
It's a rookie card.
That's
It's
a
a rookie
rookie.
Yep,
card.
let's
So
see.
best
Good
of
break.
fucking luck to that kid.
That's actually the insert, so that's also the hollow. So that's the rarest card of that pack.
No.
fucking right, I guess.
Great grab, Mike.
Derek Jones Jr. So yeah, well that's what we
not
got
bad
here. Yeah,
pulls.
we're looking all right.
And we
We're
got
looking all
Anton
right.
over here. He's
So
looking
we-
like he's got a thick back.
We got a Vince. We got a
Vince Carter. Throwback.
Oh my
go.
lord!
It's
Anton, the king of rippers.
Our backwards Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox.
Nice.
Jersey card.
Little bit of jersey. I wish
Not
this was
bad.
last year. Would have been a rook.
Not bad.
Anton, how bad do you wish that this was actually your pack?
Not too bad because it's not the greatest.
Oh, fuck.
David Robinson?
David Robinson, Team USA.
You got the Admiral in
Special
there.
edition. The Admiral.
The Admiral.
You got a pretty nice pack there,
And
boss.
we got Bogdan. We got
So I'm
Bogdan.
gonna go with my
Okay.
pack.
Craig, make sure you're
Going
talking to
on
the mic.
Jordan Clarkson.
Love it.
We got a Cassius Winston rookie card.
There we go.
That's
Love
gonna get
it.
sleeved.
There we
Michigan
go.
State, baby.
Michigan State. What do we got there? We have an instant impact, Emmanuel Quickly.
There, that's a
Hey, that could be a
rookie.
good one. That could be a good one.
That's $40.
And then we got DeAndre Fox for a third year, I believe he is in that. So a little bit older. Definitely a good player. Definitely
So
want to
my-
save that.
Now
Mike-
we got the.
My question
There we go.
here for Craig and Anton. Which card out of everyone you named was the most valuable?
So definitely the jersey card, just based off of its like importance, because in these boxes you either get a memorabilia and autograph. So he actually ended up getting the memorabilia. So that's a card you want to obviously go and try and get a rookie through that.
If you were to get like an Anthony Edwards or Alonzo Ball,
Exactly.
they would have far
and
exceeded
especially
that.
especially on like the numbered versions of them, the 1
Yeah.
of 1s, the 1 of 10s, the 1 of 15s, anywhere along that lines. Doesn't matter what card it is. Like I have the new Aaron Nesmith from the Celtics, the 14th draft pick to the Celtics this year, but I have a 5 of 15. So I'm actually trying to go to a Celtics game, maybe go a little early, have them sign it. Get
I
a
love it.
picture
I
of
lo-
it.
The
and
hustle on this
authenticate
kid.
it.
Yeah, there
The
you go.
hustle
There
on
you
this kid. I'm so glad he came here tonight for the Magic
And-
Mike Minute
and then we're
return,
gonna do-
and he
oh,
brought
we got
packs.
one more. We got
one more
Six.
pack.
There was
I
six.
hate
One
to
more pack.
interrupt you, but this is the Magic Mike Minute. We're going last pack Magic right now.
Last pack Magic. Let's get some money.
Steph Curry,
Steph.
Brian Forbes, San Antonio
Forbes.
Spurs.
And I really want you to
Green
look at that.
Prism,
Look at that form
Cam
on the
Reddish,
pole.
Atlanta
Oh,
Hawks.
the green.
No
at that
rookies in
form.
this
Great
pack, and a
composure.
Dylan Brooks. So we got some good pulls, couple inserts, couple hollows, couple good rookies. Got a jersey card.
My dick's
You get-
been hard the whole time. This is
Exactly.
great.
You get
Magic
your
Mike
money-
Minute is
you get your
back,
money back
baby.
on the
Prism.
box. You're having fun, and that's kind of all it comes down to.
Love it.
In the
Love
future,
it.
if you want in on these, we're gonna be look at
Exactly.
these boxes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna only add to this. We're gonna be auctioning
The future's
off
bright.
polls. We're gonna be doing some shit with some cards.
This is actually just a small.
I'm actually a
selection.
big card collector.
Yeah, big card collector, especially in the new market. It really is blowing up. So this is a small selection, but like I said, we'll probably be doing some rips in the future. Probably start talking about it, get more
Love
in
it.
depth in
Love it.
the community of it. That's kind of like every part of all these.
That's
different
how you-
selling and reselling.
There it is. Networking.
See, the Magic Mike Minute's a little different this time. Usually we do green screens and a bunch of bullshit, but this is real shit.
this
this
is
is real hard. This is cold hard cash, people. If
Showing
you're
you-
listening right now and you want to make some money, you better start listening to the Magic Mike Minute. Because it's now the Money Mike Minute. Fuck. Let's go.
Steele
Shout
and
out
Nazz,
Handsome Hank.
Season 3 premiere, presented by Hedge Better. First episode in the books, boys.
That was
Thanks a lot
beautiful.
for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.